Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now, former Chadian dictator Hissène Habre, who was reluctant to appear in court, was not only carried there, but restrained by masked security guards. The charges were then read at the restart of his trial in Senegal for crimes against humanity during his 1982 to 1990 rule. The trial was formally suspended back in July after Mr. Habre's lawyers refused to appear before the Special African Union-backed court. This is a very significant case as it marks the first time that the former head of the African nation will be tried by a court in another. Now let's just take a quick look at who exactly Hissène Habre is and the charges leveled against him. He was born in 1942 to ethnic Tubu herders in northern Chad, given a scholarship to study political science in France. He seized power in 1982, allegedly with the help of the CIA, and ousted the current President Idriss Déby in 1990. He is accused of systematically persecuting groups he distrusted and also accused of 40,000 politically motivated killings as well as 200,000 cases of torture. For more on this case, we go live to Abuja, where former ICC prosecutor Mr. Charles Adeogun Phillips is standing by. Mr. Adeogun Phillips, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, what are your sources telling you about what's happening right now concerning this trial?
Well, it's a trial before the extraordinary chambers in Senegal. That location has been chosen primarily because Mr. Habre has been in exile in Senegal for almost 2 decades. And basically, it's an African Union-sponsored trial with a bit of funding from the European Union and the Chadian government itself. In relation to what happened today, I'm a little concerned and disturbed about the violence and the force that has been used to either restrain Mr. Habre or to compel him to attend his trial. Usually in international trials, the defendant can often waive his right to be present at his trial so long as he's represented and adequately represented by counsel. I'm not so sure of the facts of this case. I've not been fully briefed on it, but I would imagine that Mr. Habre has the benefit of representation of counsel, and as such, he needn't be restrained or compelled forcibly to attend his trial.
Now, based on what you just said, Mr. Adeogun Phillips, about being concerned with the violence or him being forced to be in court, do you think how do you reckon things might play out? Do you see him getting a fair trial if at the start he's being forced into court?
Well, the fairness of trial has nothing to do with the amount of physical force being exerted to compel him to actually attend his trial. The reason why they probably think that it's important for him to be there is that he has a right, he has a fundamental right under the African Charter to be confronted with the accusations of his accusers against him. And therefore, it is from those accusations that he instructs his counsel to how to defend him against those allegations. So in terms of his fair trial rights, of course, whether he's there personally or not, one would expect that those fair trial rights are indeed guaranteed. But of course, it adds some weight to it that you actually get the direct instructions from your client. In terms of fair trial rights, I understand that the panel of judges is composed of a Senegalese judge and some African judges. I see no reason, if he's been given the benefit of legal representation by counsel, that he wouldn't have a fair trial. There's no reason to suggest that he wouldn't.
But finally, Mr. Adeogun Phillips, analysts deem this trial significant, saying that if it's successful and conducted to high standards and leads to a credible verdict, then it would strengthen African countries' argument that they can try their own leaders. Do you support this view?
Even though I am from an international prosecutorial background, I am firmly of the view that Africans can have these trials in their own jurisdiction. And to further buttress the point is that the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court merely complements that of domestic jurisdictions. I have always been.
Well, sincere apologies. We appear to have lost Mr. Adeogun Phillips, but thankfully we got most of what we wanted from him. He was speaking to us from the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja. Still to come on Network Africa, Austria plans to end emergency measures in allowing thousands of refugees stranded in Hungary into their shores and Germany. The focus right now is on a step-by-step move towards normality.